Welcome aboard, all you wonderful groomers, pet stylists, and canine cosmetologists. You found the Traveling Groomers Podcast, where we discuss lessons learned from mobile and house call grooming. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Bear Anthony. Any moment now, we'll be joined by my co-host and friend, retired mobile groomer and educator extraordinaire, Mary Oquendo, and very likely a special guest to help us chat about all things grooming, grooming industry related, and just plain fun digressions that I will totally wrangle back to topic. Grab those travel mugs and climb aboard to see where today's topic will bring us. Let's roll.
So hello there, Chris.
Hello there, Mary.
How's it going?
It is going. It is delightful. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 246, recorded on an off day, 127, that would be January 27th, and will be airing on February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay, well, that's my anniversary. Did you know that?
I did not know that. That is adorable.
Yes, we waited in line at Yonkers City Hall. About a couple of people back, but the person that was in front of us had met at Vegas the weekend before.
And they didn't do the Vegas wedding. They wanted to wait until Valentine's Day.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so anyway, waited online. We had our wedding dinner was Chinese takeout.
You know what? That actually sounds perfect for me. That sounds perfect. Because Chinese takeout's like my favorite.
Well, the food was good. But anyway, that was my wedding day, standing in line at City Hall. And my mother was actually planning a real wedding, but she was making us nuts.
You're not the only one to do that. I know actually a few people who had their real wedding up to a year, or had their church wedding up to a year after their city hall wedding, because
we had our church wedding about 5 years after we got married. And only because my mother still considered us living in sin.
But you were married.
And had
but not kids. In the eyes of God.
Yeah.
Right? So was that it?
Yeah. So good God. She relaxed a bit after we got a church wedding for 5 years. And if you ever had a Catholic church wedding, what they make you do is they make you
go to the classes?
Go to the classes. And the classes are held by a priest who's never been married.
No, see, I don't really have a horse in this race, but here is where I think Judaism has it over Catholicism. Because rabbis pretty much have to be married. Because they say, how are you going to counsel your people, the people in your temple, if you don't know? Like, how are you going to do marriage counseling? Because that's one of your duties.
Okay, so let me tell you what some of the conversation went. Now, mind you, we've been married for 5 years already, okay? The big, apparently, topic of conversation was that, we might do things to annoy each other. Yeah, we already knew that, okay? But the example he was using was toothpaste and whether or not someone leaves the cap on or off, and does that bother you?
Well, first of all, what sociopath leaves the cap off of the toothpaste? Absolute sociopath is my first question. But I was expecting it to be socks.
You know what? That's just what sticks in my mind. They made us go for weeks to do that. And I'm like, well, can we bring our kids to these meetings?
What did he say? How did he react? Did he faint? I'm picturing the priest clutching his collar because, that's where the pearls are.
No, he was like, no, leave him with a babysitter. And here's even the more fun part. At least I grew up in the Catholic school system. So I was baptized. I had my first communion. I had the confirmation. And Esto only had the baptism. He had to go for classes for communion and confirmation, in addition to the marriage classes.
Oh my God. He had to get confirmed.
And the first one, when you were a little kid, communion? Not communion.
But wait, you said he was confirmed, but don't you have to get communion to get?
Yeah, he had to do all of that.
But wait, you said he was confirmed.
No, he was baptized.
Oh, he was baptized. Oh, so they wet his head as a baby, and then that was it.
That was it, yes.
Okay. See, I was not reared Catholic. Okay, funny story. The Catholics in here will get this immediately. My father insisted on having red meat every Friday. Insisted because he was divorced. He was a Catholic. He either got his first marriage divorced or annulled. I'm not clear on which it was. I'm thinking it was divorced. But when he went to marry his second wife, they said, oh, you can't get married in the church because this is your second marriage. And he went, I've been putting money in the plate my whole life, all of these years, and I've been attending this church, and you're telling me what exactly? So he became a Protestant that very day and held a grudge his entire life. This is where I come from.
Yeah, well, we had fish every Friday.
And I didn't know that was a thing until much later in life. And I connected the dots.
It's not like my mother went to church.
Oh, no.
Every Sunday, she would give us a couple of bucks and tell us kids, go walk over and go to church. So, sometimes we did. Sometimes we went to church, picked up the little bulletin thing, walked out the back door, went over to the bowling alley. I mean, come on, we're kids.
Yeah, this is very true. The level of beatdown I would have gotten if I would have done that. But then again, my parents were right there next to me. No, they were.
I actually spent more time going to the Episcopalian church because one of my friends was.
And she would Episcopalian is just Catholicism light.
Yeah.
It really is. We were Episcopalian. My family went to an Episcopalian church for years. It's Catholicism light. It's the closest you can get to Catholic while still being Protestant.
Yeah. But what I liked about it is the people were friendly and there was like donuts afterwards. Food. There was food afterwards.
Food.
And I think this is probably goes back to on how food motivated I am.
We're just all treat motivated.
Yeah, okay, seriously. I will sit through anything if there's food involved.
This is how dedicated I am to my state organization, Mary. I'm very dedicated. We'll bring this back to grooming related. So by this time, the Groomers Ball will have passed. And I am not the only vegan who's attending, and there are a couple guests who checked gluten-free. So there's a really good vegan bakery near me. But I've had some of their stuff is good and some is not. Like we got stuff for Christmas and I saw they had cannolis. And pretty almost everything else we got there was phenomenal. Like their cake was to die for. The apple pie was just mwah. The cannolis were a hate crime against all of Italy.
All right. And here's the thing. I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference because
yeah, you would have.
I don't like cannolis. I don't.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing. This is like a Skip Bayless moment for those of you who watch sports. This is where if Mary and I break up, if the Traveling Groomers ends, it happened here. What? I don't even know you. I don't even know. Who are you even?
I don't like cannolis. I eat any other Italian pastry. I love them. Oh my God. Give me eclair. Okay.
Okay. At
Give
least
me,
tell me you at least like Zeppelis.
oh, the little donuts.
The little fried donuts that are
Oh, I
better
love
on the
those
street.
things.
Okay.
It's the only thing I don't like are cannolis.
All right, guys. She just kind of saved us a little bit because I guess maybe because of Zeppels saved the friendship, Mary. I need to collect myself and it's time to hit a button. And when we come back, I will tell all of y'all, including Mary, what today's topic is. Because Mary thinks she knows, and I added something in there last minute because I did. Be right back. I've been swiveling for years now with my evolution shears, but I wasn't actually born with a pair of swivel shears in my hands. Check out our website and Facebook page for our library of how-to videos, or give me a shout for a personalized guide. Your hands will thank you. Don't forget, Traveling Groomers Podcast listeners get $10 off and free shipping with the code ON THE ROAD, all one word. What are you waiting for? Give them a try today. And by the way, for those of you who watch sports stuff, that was a Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp reference. But yeah, no, those who get it. Mary's like, what? Sports are kind of big in our house. But so topic. I didn't even finish my story. Wait for a topic. I didn't even finish why I'm so dedicated to the organization. So basically, I went to that bakery today to double check and test the cupcakes because we're going to get some vegan and gluten-free cupcakes. And they happened to be out. They happened to be sold out. So I bought some other pastries. So we knew as backups and would have a backup plan. And I sacrificed myself for the good of the organization, for the good of the event. I just threw myself on some pastries. I said, I have to make sure. What if I was wrong? I'm that selfless.
Okay.
I threw myself on the pastries.
I would join you right there because you got to make sure they're good.
Right? I have to double check. I can't give these people are depending on us. They depended. This is in the past. I have to make sure of these things. Anywho, topics. So, according to Mary, we're going to be mainly talking about Groom Expo West and talking about some of the vendors that are going to be there and products and new things and stuff we're going to pick up and what we're looking forward to and some of the amazing classes. But I also thought we talk about trade shows a lot. I wanted to take a minute and talk about why we fell in love with grooming in the first place, because this is airing on Valentine's Day. So I want to make it a very special Why We Love Grooming episode and things that kept us in love with grooming over the years. How's that sound, Mary?
Okay, sounds like a plan.
That's a good enough curveball for you. Since you like to do things a little off the cuff, I got to throw stuff at you sometimes.
Okay. So you want to know what made me fall in love with grooming?
What made you fall in love with grooming?
That probably was Barkley, the golden retriever.
Oh.
He came in, I literally just started, and this couple comes in with a puppy they just got. Literally came from the breeder over to Petco because his dog apparently needed a bath.
Well, did he smell like a puppy that's been in a crate?
I don't remember. All I remember is that I got to play with a puppy.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I groomed Barkley until he passed away.
Hmm.
But he was the very first dog I groomed. And when I tell you, I spent that day playing with puppies. And, that was my introduction to grooming, was actually playing with puppies.
The thing we don't do, the thing we say we never do. Grooming is not about playing with puppies, but however, in this case,
it was playing with puppies.
It was playing with puppies.
And it's probably where I got my love for golden retrievers, was because of Barkley.
I can see that. I have two things, because now that you've mentioned that, I remember the first dog as a bather that I fell in love with, that was like my client. But I don't know if I remember the exact moment, but I remember the conversation I was having with Cam on why I wanted to do this, because I started as a bather and I was not going to be a groomer. I needed a job. Like, this was, I love animals and need a job. And it just became something I absolutely loved, because I realized at a certain point that I was helping these animals, that something as simple as a nail trim could affect their health and could help them walk better and help them, not have arthritis. And this little thing that I could do, because at the time I didn't know, I was just not even on the first step. Like, I was opening the door of my journey. And I thought it was such a little thing, when it's reality, it's a really big, important thing. But I just remember driving down the highway with Cam, talking about why I wanted to do this so much, and going, everything we do can positively impact these guys' health. And I can make a living doing it. Like, bonus that I could make money, because it was a career. So that was the moment. But I also remember Quincy, registered name Sir Lancelot, the Basset Hound, that came in for very regular baths because he had some kind of skin funk happening. And Mary, if you've never been around a Basset or any dog that has foldy bits and the droopy ears and had infection in that, and I think because he had to get weekly baths and a medicated shampoo. The special kind of stink. The special kind of stink, Mary. But he was so sweet, and he was such a good boy. And nobody else in the shop wanting to deal with him because, the special kind of stink. But I just, my heart.
Okay, so just to let you know what is bugging the crap out of me right now.
What is? Am I crooked?
No, you're not. But the picture behind you,
this one,
yes, is crooked.
Yeah, it got hit. It's on there by a command strip. It's still crooked. It's on there with a command strip, and it got knocked off and just kind of slammed back. And I will adjust it now so you won't lose your mind.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I can't guarantee it's going to be better. Is it better? No, it's still crooked.
No,
it's much better?
It's much better.
Okay.
But I think I actually see it slipping, so.
Now,
anyway,
now it's bothering me that this one's crooked. Anywho.
Back
Now
on what?
you know how I feel when I look at your wall Barkley things, and they're all at different heights, like on purpose. So,
Yes.
but they're not like super staggered. They're staggered by, yeah. See, now you know my pain.
Okay, well, I'm not changing those.
I know you're not, but that one was legit crooked. So,
Okay.
anywho, anywho. But yeah, you know what, today and this week and this month, when as I'm in the process of redoing my last touches on redoing my Burnout to Joy class, I want you to focus on and think about what made you fall in love with grooming to begin with, and try to remember that and rekindle that, because
You know what? Maybe that's something we could also ask at a trade show.
yeah, yeah, what made you fall in love with grooming? I like it.
Okay. Very cool.
All
So,
right. So, speaking of turning burnout to joy, and it is time for number 2, but I will say right after that, we're going to start talking about the trade show and the programs and the classes and the vendors, because that, for me, is something that always kind of brought me back from the humdrum, and it's not full on burnout, but maybe a little, because it gets dull in the day to day, and you get the grind, and especially if you get a lot of matted dogs, it's hard. But the learning, it's amazing. I'm going to push a button before I just like wax poetic on how much I love classes and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to push the correct button too. I love being a house call groomer, but I hate doing laundry or worrying about asking my clients for fresh towels. Raypet has solved those problems for me with the Wet Pet disposable towel, taking up much less space than traditional cotton towels and easy to wring out and reuse. These super soft, comfy, absorbent towels eliminate any cross contamination concerns between pets. And now their new, smaller washcloth size can even help those sensitive eye areas. Great for cleaning out wrinkles gently and thoroughly. Need to keep water bowls for your clients on hand that are easy to disinfect, but hate all the room traditional clanky metal bowls take up? Or just have a very active pet? Their collapsible silicone bowl comes with an aluminum D-ring hook that can be attached to your pet's leash or anywhere else in your van for easy storage. You can get one by itself or in their handy travel kit, along with a set of 3 tick removers and 1 small wet pet towel. So stop by their website to check it out, raypet.net, and tell them the Traveling Groomers sent you. And we're back. So, do we want to start about classes or products first? Because I got to say, okay, fine, we'll start with classes first. What I love is that I'm seeing more business classes now
oh, yeah.
than when I started going to trade shows, because I think for me, part of what I see as contributing to burnout is the overworked, underpaid, working ourselves to death, trying to please everybody, and the growth. I feel like a broken record because we've said this before, but it goddamn bears repeating. The growth as an industry we have gone through is just absolutely amazing.
I was having this conversation with Denise Thoreau not an hour ago.
Uh-huh.
And don't mind me because I am looking for the bottle of Tylenol. Because,
Uh-oh. I gave you a
yeah,
headache already.
well, I like to say it was you, but no, it was not you.
I mean, you can always say it was me. I'll just laugh and say that's what sisters are for, god damn it.
So apparently I can't find it. So now I'm going to beg my husband to bring me over to Tylenol.
Yeah.
Well,
But what were you talking about with Denise? Who, by the way, isn't she teaching a class at Groom Expo? She's teaching at least one class.
I probably.
She's teaching troubleshooting employee issues at the very least.
So I could tell you what she's got going on because
what she got going on.
I just interviewed her for Women Petpreneurs, so she's got a bunch of stuff going on.
Policies for employee and business success,
which is also what she's going to be doing for Positive Ed on the Business Summit too.
Okay, that's awesome. So if you can't make it to Groom Expo West, it will be coming up on Positive Ed on the Business Summit, because I used to think P&P were bad words until I realized how absolutely powerful they were.
Yeah, but she's got a big project. So you think what Positive Ed is, and she wants to do the same thing, only the focus is entirely business.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Very exciting.
So I'm pretty excited about that too. It is nice to see so many educational opportunities and people stepping up to the industry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, it really is. I'm happy to see a couple newer names. There's a lot of new classes. They did a great job. I mean, it's not a new class, but the Bather Brusher certificate program with Terry, as far as I'm concerned, that can be at every show all the time, because there's always new people coming into the industry. And it's so important to get the basics down. And she does such a thorough job.
Well, it's one of those basic classes. I mean, there are some classes that I think are basic, should be at every single show. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
First one is a Bather Brusher.
Mm-hmm.
Karina is doing her sanitation class there. So that's another.
I saw that too.
And that's a good class. I've had the opportunity to take that class. Karina does a great job. A behavior and handling class.
Yep.
Okay. And then some business classes.
There's some business classes. There's some there's always styling. There's hair and skin. There's, some creative. There's a couple of cool creative ones, because there's also like what did they call it? Like an everyday runway? What did she call it? Where did it go?
I don't know.
Bum, bum, bum. Quick and trendy abstract.
Okay, you got an ergonomics class there.
Oh,
which again is what do you call it? A class everyone should be taking. Oh, Jess Rona's got a class there. Anything she does is good. I love Jess.
And that is the debut of my completely revamped 1 hour ergonomics class.
Sue Zecco and Jay have got to step up your prep work.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a good class.
I'm going to be working, but I kind of want to take that. But
okay,
maybe they'll put it on. Are they still doing super styling sessions?
I don't think it's a super styling sessions. I'm just seeing. Well, that's Sunday. Hold on. Let me go up to the beginning. Let's try it from there. Okay.
I know. I'm just going.
There is some behavior and handling classes. Melissa Jepson's got a behavior and handling class. Dana Chavez Ray has a cat handling class. Okay, so yeah, Sue and Jay are doing super styling sessions. They got the doodle days. Milena and Jameson are doing a mobile grooming class.
Oh, Mary, have I confessed on air yet? I'll save that for the end. I have a confession. Okay. That, since I actually said they're growing on me today.
What's growing on you today?
The beasties that are in my house, the mutts. I'm saving that for the end, because I haven't talked about that, because I can't have issues.
Jennifer Jenkins is doing the Encyclopedia of Dogs. That looks like an all day class.
Yep.
I bet that's interesting.
Oh, and jumping around to Friday night, because I might be able to sneak and get one of these, get to this one. Hand stripping for your everyday grooming by Victor Rosario.
Oh, Victor, he does great classes.
I've never taken one of his classes, but he has such a fantastic personality and how he speaks, like when he MCs things, that Mary got her Tylenol, for those of you only listening. That I'm very much looking forward to taking one of his classes because he seems like he would be super engaging. So that is exciting to me.
Victor's a great instructor. He is very personable. He's here's my thing, very approachable.
Yes, yes. And there's some, I don't, yeah, there's some people who are more approachable than others. And I'm not going to name names, mainly because I can't really remember off the top of my head who's who, to be completely frank. But he is one that is definitely approachable and awesome and down to earth. I know he's so stylish and thin. I just want to feed him though. I just want to give him a sandwich, Mary.
He's too thin.
Me. I'm a me. I like something to hug. I know I'm not his type or demographic, and I know I'm not saying anything negative about the way he looks with his cuteness and his skinny jeans, but I really do want to give him a sandwich. I really do.
All right,
Like,
so
I love you, Victor. You're amazing and handsome. Eat something, have some soup, have a cookie. I feel like grandmothering the world right now.
all right, so there's some really, really good classes there that are worth your time to go to a trade show.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, like I said, this is going to be airing just days before?
Literally the day before, because there are some Thursday classes. So this is airing the day before. So people may be driving on their way listening.
Okay. All right. So I want to get started on some of the vendors.
We will. And what perfect timing, because here's a vendor who's one of our sponsors that I'm going to be looking forward to maybe trying something new out from them.
And speaking of continuing education, because we either were or will be, join the Andis World Class Education Team each month for live interactive virtual classes. You'll learn new and trending styles, as well as tips and tricks from some of the best groomers in the industry. Whether you're looking for basic skills, trending styles, advanced techniques, or even just ways to spark your creativity, the new Andis Grooming Education site is your source for finding what you need to create your way for success. Try new techniques, learn from the pros, and grow your confidence today at andis.com/groomer education. Traveling Groomer Podcast listeners, hey, that's you, can get 25% off your first course today with the code VEGROOMING at checkout on andis.com/groomer education.
All
Okay,
right,
so
some of the vendors.
Yeah, so I'm going over. Hold on, I'm on their website. I'm going to go down their list of vendors. Hold on.
I am also checking out some of the vendors, and the California Pet Professional or Professional Pet Groomers are having a booth.
Yes, and they are also sponsoring the groomer get together. You would think I would know what time that is, being I'm on the board.
It would be 6 p.m. on Friday.
There you go.
Because I also have that webpage up.
Okay, so
that's their meeting, but they usually have, like, after the meeting, they usually have like a meeting and then like snacks.
There's going to be lots of snacks. I believe Ryan's is sponsoring that.
Yes, they have done that for New Jersey too. So good job.
Okay, so some of the vendors that are going to be there. Okay, well, of course, Andis is going to be there. Andis is one of our sponsors.
And speaking of sponsors, not only is Evolution Shears going to be there, but I can't say anything just yet. I'm just going to say, go to the booth. go to the booth. We have new things happening. We're changing our display and our booth, and we're putting a lot into it. And I think it's going to be fantastic, and it's very exciting for us. So,
okay. I want to do a quick shout out to Pet Edge because they have put together petprotalk.com, and it's sort of a clearinghouse where all the industry podcasts are.
mm-hmm.
So they've put that together. So if you're thinking of listening to another podcast outside of ours, okay, there's a whole list of them that are there.
There's some great ones.
There are really some great podcasts. Okay.
Oh, Bark After Dark is there, right?
Bark After Dark. Hold on. I don't know.
I think.
I don't see them on the list.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. So we'll talk about some of our favorite things. All for Groomers is going to be there.
Yes.
Kim and Tommy are just two awesome human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And Michelle and Melissa, Michelle Knowles is having their first booth. Okay. And they're going to be actually pretty close to All for Groomers. Their booth is 403. Tommy and Kim is 415. Let's see who else is here that we want to do a shout out to. Just running down the list.
Animal photography. Ren is going to be there.
Oh, we love Ren. Of course, Evolution Cheers is going to be there, booth 223.
With good, yeah. Where now I got to look at where 223 is. Where's this map?
The California Association is 525. I'm sorry I'm not going this year, but all the other board members will be there. Let's see. Keep going down the list. Handle It. That's who I wanted to make mention of it. Booth 617. Y'all need to go to that booth.
Yes.
All right. So spend some time and head over to the Handle It and tell them Mary and Chris sent you. They are not our sponsors, but the product is phenomenal.
I will be mentioning that in my class. Oh, and the Evolution Shears is right across from Groomers Pro. We're like, if you walk in the main, we're the second row in. Right next to I've St. Bernard.
Okay. Hanvey is supposed to be there. It says MS3. I do not know where that is on the map.
That may...
Oh, wait, I see it. It's sort of like probably to the side.
You know what? That's where they're parking the vans. Okay. You know, there's always like a spot where they park the vans in the back. So I know Hanvey's been there before, but they don't always go. So I'm very excited.
All right. There's a lot of people. There are a lot of booths here.
Yeah. This is...
What is Squish Face?
I don't know where's the, let me see if it says anything if I click on it. Squish Face.
It
is
it's actually right next to Michelle's and Melissa's booth. You might have to get a report back.
Top-rated dog skincare product line created with a focus on wrinkly breeds like English, Bulldogs, Frenchies, and Pugs, but can be used on any breed. So they get ear wipes, wrinkle wipes, tear stain. You know what? I will actually have to check them out because finding decent wrinkle wipes that aren't really going to irritate things is tough. So there's a product info sheet. You know, I've been lazy, and when I've gone to trade shows before, I haven't really been so organized as to check out the vendor list and the map. But I clearly need to do this now.
I generally don't do that at grooming trade shows. Where I do that is at Super Zoo. I will pull that map
you have to.
Because there's no way with
you get lost.
Besides not even getting lost. All right.
I've gotten lost at Super Zoo.
I'm not even kidding.
They have us teaching 3 pet first aid classes this year at Super Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way I will have the time to hit all the booths. I'm going to have to pick and choose.
Their ear wipes are finger sheath ear wipes. Like they're just, you stick your finger in. I have to check this booth out.
Yeah,
because
I would like to check that out too. I would like a report back on that if you don't mind.
Not a problem. Not a problem, because you got to check out this fact sheet that they have just attached to the website.
Right. And then also I'm giving you another job to do.
Okay.
All right. At all the new vendors that are there, if you think that they would be a good fit for Women Petpreneurs Podcast.
If I will do that as much as I can, like I said, with the new stuff going on at Evolution Shears, I don't know how much time I will have to run around and do the trade show, but I will send out help.
Okay.
How about that?
That sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay. So where are we?
It is, yes, you're correct. You're correct, Mary. It's 100% time to hit another button because we're keeping on track. We're rolling right along. We are moving and a grooving. What if I told you you could have a year's worth of online education for less than the cost of one in-person trade show? That's right. For only $97 a month, you have access to a different 2-day educational conference with 10 hours of material taught by the best in the industry. Every month has a new theme that includes anything from grooming skills to business and everything in between. Can't catch it live or just want to rewatch it? Recordings are available for 6 weeks with closed captioning for both live and recordings with transcripts. What are you waiting for? Grab your membership today at positiveed.com.
Hey, and just heads up, the February summit is on branding and marketing, and that's at the end of the month.
Okay. The reason I am looking confused is because I clicked on a link because I went, what does this vendor do? I don't know this. And dental tools came up.
Oh, God.
Like there was a picture of a hairdressing shear. So I don't know what's happening. However.
Yeah, in California, I don't even think that is
legal. I'm hoping it's not actually that they have actual dental tools there. I'm hoping they don't.
All right, so now I have to go look.
But now I'm like, oh, I can go. And I feel I need to do this now because I can like plot and plan a lot better. You know?
All right. What's the name of the company?
Oh, it's like KBSPK, something weird.
Well, shit. Oh, here we go.
And I need new smocks, at least 1 or 2.
All right. So
Dun, dun, dun.
Pasadena is
or Groom Expo West.
This company here, this is like we're like medical supplies.
Yeah, I'm very confused. And now I at least have to check it out just to see what on earth they brought and what's going on there.
Yeah, I would say too, because I'm looking at their website, and I don't think they're going to be selling vaginal speculums at the grooming trade show.
Kind of hope not. I very much hope not. I very much hope I'm not going to walk past a speculum.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just
I mean, they got 2 scissors that they're selling.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is a serious business.
Right?
Okay,
I'm I'm all of the confused by this. But
okay, they do have a pet set. Okay, they got carding knives, pet grooming scissors.
okay.
So
So they
I'm
do
thinking
have.
this is probably what they're going to have.
Oh, and by the way, I don't want to. All right, Mary, help me out here because you're going to
Okay.
know who I'm talking about. But you know, when you go to the mall and you get the perfume people,
Oh God, yes.
and there's some people that are like that with samples.
Yep.
There's one that is like that for lotion. And the thing is, the lotion isn't bad unless you're allergic to aloe, which some people that's definitely are, but they're just so perfect. I mean, I feel like if they could spritz you, they would.
I was at a home and garden show the
Uh-huh.
other day, which had a lot of fun. You notice like that stress coleslaw is just about gone now.
Yes, it's like half the size of what it was 3 days ago. It's amazing.
Yeah. Probably more like a quarter of the size. It was pretty big.
Yeah.
But there were people like, hey, you need this. And I'm like, seriously?
I don't.
I don't. Well, maybe I do, but I don't want it.
Yeah. And that's
And I just want to say, and the reason I make mention of it, because it was a vendor at Super Zoo, okay? And they were selling those little massage gun type things for like
oh,
$300.
oh.
They have them at Costco for $50.
Is it the exact same one though?
I'm sure it's the exact same one.
I'm just I just you know what? I just don't like the pushiness of some of that stuff.
Yeah. Because they were selling them on the very last day at $100.
Yeah. That really makes me want to burn something down. You have no idea.
So the only thing I'm thinking is when you're at an industry trade show and it's companies that are not in the industry, before you buy something, Google the product.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just looking at one of those because I was like, "What's this?" And it was a multimedia thing for doctors. What was it just called? I was just did I Web Solutions. It was called Doctor Multimedia Dynamic Medical Marketing. And I am torn between what the heck are they doing there and dying to find out what they're doing there. And the thing is, I don't want to come off like I'm gatekeeping because one of the things I actually enjoy about trade shows is the one or two things that are like purses or dog purses or jewelry or the tchotchkes and the extras and the stuff that's like
That's still within the realm of the industry. So at the Home and Garden show,
even the massagey things and the lotions. To me, it's still within the realm somehow of the industry.
So in the Home and Garden show, yes, home and garden.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there was very much booths there that were there based on a demographic that they thought was going to be there.
What demographic did they think was going to be there?
There was at least 5 booths trying to sell me supplemental Medicare insurance.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh.
So then there was at least, and it was at the Tacoma Dome, so it's not small, but it's not overly huge either. Okay. At least 3 big booths selling massage chairs. And I mean the massage chairs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The ones where you can like fit in there. And if you can't get out of them, that they'll find your like corpse in there like weeks later.
Oh, that's
But at least
not
you died
terrifying at all.
happy. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
and very exciting. There's going to be a vendor there selling like smart home pet products, like an automated litter box and smart water fountain.
Yeah, I saw some of the booths that are there. They're not your typical grooming show booths. Like I've not seen these companies say at Groom Expo.
I want to say I've seen that one at Super Zoo. I think I've seen it.
That's
but
different.
That's different.
The pet industry show.
Yeah.
Not pet grooming. But there are several booths here that are not necessarily pet grooming.
Now I'm just clicking on every name I don't recognize.
Yeah, I know I am doing too.
Oh, there's a business consulting services team there. Oh.
Which one?
AEVUM. AVM? AVM.
Let me go take a look at them.
See, now I have to get our friends at the Rising Workplace to get a booth at a trade show.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, yes. AVM is a business consulting services. Staff training. About us. All right, this is a big company.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're probably looking to break into the pet industry.
Well, we were just talking about the pet industry being more focused and more focused towards business things. So now is the time to do it. Oh, and it's time to hit a button.
Yeah, hit a button.
But I'm not going to hit a button. I'm going to keep talking while you do that, because one of the reasons we go to trade shows is to find our favorite things, our new favorite thing that we didn't know existed. And years ago, when I was working with my husband, and the first Intergroom I took him to, and I said, all right, honey, I'm going to take the grooming classes. You take what business classes they are. And we were working for somebody else, but we did a whole bunch of shopping because I needed things. And he bought something and he went, this is for me. I'm buying this for me. And like kind of gave me the stare down. Like, and if you're married, you know the look where you have just purchased an expensive product without consulting your spouse.
Yeah.
But you're doubling down. You're like, this had to happen and this is going to happen. And I'm standing my ground, but kind of everything's a little bit clenched because it was several $100s. And he was my bather at the time. And what he bought was a bathing beauty. And that has been an indispensable part of my life since then. And I have recently come to realize this is probably the piece of grooming equipment I cannot live without. Like I technically can, but no, don't wanna and don't think I should have to. God damn it.
All right, so you will not live without it.
I will not. I absolutely refuse. Like toddler, hold my breath till I pass out. Will not live without it, because
All right. So that business consulting company that's there, what they are is they are a consulting company for veterinarian offices.
Oh.
So looks like they're looking to break into the pet industry, the pet grooming industry.
Fantastic. Bring them on. They already have some understanding of the pet industry through grooming offices. They're not complete civilians.
No, I don't think they are.
Yeah. So there we go.
All righty. I would like to see more groomers dipping their toes into business coaching.
Yeah.
I like to see you guys at the trade shows. I mean, get a booth, do a consortium.
Yeah. Oh, and to go back to what I was saying, because I was just talking instead of hitting the button for this particular episode. Special thanks to Hanby and our sponsor for the bathing's beauty, for that system, and for helping us understand it better, because I know there's at least one person listening going, me. It's you use it the same on every dog. Well, yeah, if you don't clean it, it's like that. But so are your dilution bottles. If you're not disinfecting your dilution bottles, they are absolute germ factories. So if you're not disinfecting your bathing beauty between every dog, anything could be a germ factory. If you think about everything the dogs touch. So yes, disinfect in between it, take care of it, because it is life. Now we know things Chris refuses to live without. Refuses baked goods and the bathing beauty. All right, carry on, Mary.
Okay, I think it's time for the last commercial.
No, that was the last commercial.
Oh, okay.
So
all right,
commercial.
We're good.
That was so.
We wing the commercials.
Yes, that was a live commercial. That's why I went back to it, because I wanted to give it. Oh, but now is it true confession time?
Okay.
So I have 2 new dogs.
Okay. First of all, tell them what kind of dogs they are.
They're mutts. They're mutts. They're mutts, Mary.
Oh no, we know they're mutts, but
don't make me say the word.
I'm gonna make you say the word. What are they?
They're doodles. They're doodles. By the way, Cam said that the picture of Spirit, because he saw your book cover, he said it made him think of Edgar. Oh yes, my 2 mutts names are Johnny and Edgar, because they're mini Aussie doodles.
They're what?
Mini Aussie doodles. I say through gritted teeth. They're mutts. Listen, they're blind. They're mostly blind, pretty darn deaf rescue mutts.
Okay.
Who were in a rescue and got no applications over Christmas. Do you know how defective puppies have to be to get 0 people even willing to fill out an application over Christmas? It's pretty fucking defective, Mary.
Yeah, but on the same thing, those dogs require special care.
Yes.
And you wouldn't want the average person who's just looking just to get a puppy for their kid for Christmas.
Well, true.
Those puppies.
And I know my friend who runs the rescue, like, I know she wouldn't just give them to any Joe Schmo. She about fell over backwards with joy when Cam said we would take them, because while they play all the time, we thought about splitting them up, but we're pretty, because we slightly worried about littermate syndrome and have to do extra work with them. But I think one of them's the other one's guide dog.
Okay. So I
Because
have,
Edgar follows Johnny around and Johnny can see better.
okay. So
Uh,
yeah, there is such thing as littermate syndrome. And I
yeah.
have Cecil and Speedy G are littermates.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There's a different dynamic between littermates.
Mm-hmm.
And Speedy is a little on the dramatic side. just, just a little.
Just a little.
He is a little high strung. And I think he needs Cecil more than Cecil needs him. Does that make
No, as that makes perfect sense. Edgar needs Johnny more than Johnny needs Edgar. By
yeah.
the way, yes, their names are Johnny and Edgar, and they're probably albino.
Okay,
That isn't, what was that?
you're gonna have to when we get off air on here, I need to see updated pictures.
You need, well, yes, I have some. I have some. But and yes, that was an age check for anyone listening. If anyone went, Johnny and Edgar Winter, like the Winter Brothers band. And for those of you who did not pass the age check, that's not bad. That just means you're young. Just Google Johnny and Edgar Winter, and you'll know why I named basically albino puppies after these dudes. Oh, and yes, one of them was blind or legally blind due to the albinism. The the people, not the puppers. And they're growing on me. God damn it. But they're mutts. They're mutts. I refuse to say that I still can't say the D word. But you should see him play with Alaric. It's pretty funny.
All right, so I'm just putting up pictures on Google for Johnny and Edgar Winter.
Uh-huh. Did you know?
Now,
Have you I mean, you're old enough, but I don't know if that was your kind of music.
it's not my type of music,
Okay.
so while the name is familiar, I did not know off the top of my head that they were both albino. I did know the Edgar Winter band.
Yes, there you go. And I did dye their ears when I first got them because I was having some trouble telling them apart. I can kind of tell them apart without the color is faded. But I can mostly tell them apart now. I'm still going to keep them somewhat colored just for, across the yard kind of
when
thing.
I board the dogs,
Mm-hmm.
I paint a C on Cecil because Cecil's the one that needs insulin. And they're not identical.
But they're close enough, and you don't want a Cecil not getting insulin or the wrong dog getting insulin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
would be bad.
we just put it. So tomorrow morning, I will paint the C on Cecil, and they'll be like, well, you don't have to do that. We can tell them apart. I'm like, you know what? Humor me.
I believe you. I believe you totally. Of course you do. But still, come on, just do it.
I always have a C on Cecil. It's how I tell them apart.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was my confession. And we'll talk about a little bit more about that after because I promised you we'd be on time.
Yes.
And it is time. It is time, guys. So feel free to send me hate, but you can't because I called them mutts. Meh. All right. Anything else, Mary?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Well, guys, I hope I get to see some of you at Groom Expo West. And if not, I will just catch you here at the same bat time, same bat channel. Yes, that's my age check because I love Batman. I was a little boy as a little girl. Safe travels, guys.
Well, that was fun. But now it's time to head home. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed chatting with you. If there are any topics you'd like us to discuss or guests you want to see join us on this crazy road trip of ours, let us know in the Traveling Groomers Facebook page. Don't forget to thank our sponsors. And see you next week, guys. Safe travels!